I still believe that Bitcoin, XRP, the S&P 500, and a lot of the major cryptocurrencies will be hitting some pretty incredible highs this year and into 2025, and I still have proof. Yesterday, we made a video really briefly just going over and discussing my beliefs as to why historically we should be seeing cryptocurrency set some new highs, potentially all-time highs for the markets, and this had a lot to do with the Bitcoin halving coming in less than 3 months. In April, we should be seeing Bitcoin halving, and that's going to stir up the markets here, and we should be seeing some very solid breakouts. Well, continuing on that pattern here, we have a few things to discuss. The first thing I want to go over is Bitcoin monthly returns and how they've been performing over the past couple of years. Then we're also going to be looking at the S&P 500, which, as we've said before, has also hit some all-time highs, and I want to kind of go over a few of your guys' questions here. Now, you made a comment, or somebody made a comment a couple of hours ago, and they wrote, where is it? This is the comment. Think you might be wrong, but looking at the stock market, and it looks close to a top and very likely crash by the end of this year. It looks like our top in crypto will be this year and October as the latest date. Stock market crashing would be devastating to crypto, which you are 100% right. Something you might want to look at this year, this 4-year cycle theory will stop once the stock market corrects after 15 years of upside. From the creation of Bitcoin, the stock market has been in a huge uptrend, and that's very true. However, we are going to most likely continue to be in an uptrend, as that's historically what's been proven. But we've also already just kind of dug ourselves out of a recession. Historically speaking, 2 negative quarters of GDP marks a recession on the market here, and we've pretty much dug our way out of that. And not only have we done that, we've also hit all-time highs in the beginning of this year, which is something we haven't done in a very long time in the market. And as you can see, with the S&P 500 hitting all-time highs, it opens up some other indicators for, I don't want to say bias, but it opens up some indicators which I want to share with you guys, which has to do with bets on a soft landing this year, which pushes U.S. stocks to first record highs in 2 years. Basically, when we typically see all-time highs hit in markets, following up a post 1 year period, we typically have 14 to 15% returns within the stock market. So maybe we'll dip, but 1 year from today or from a couple of days ago, we should be 15% higher overall in the stock market. And I want to explain why that is, as well as explain why, historically speaking, a lot of these cryptocurrencies should be reversing upwards very soon. I'm very excited. Lots of things to go over and dive into today's episode. With that being said, make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's jump right into the video. So beyond just talking about why I'm very bullish this year and into next year on these cryptos, I also want to talk about short term for a lot of you guys that maybe are invested in XRP, Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as the S&P 500. We have a lot of things to go over and discuss in today's video. First and foremost, a lot of these major cryptocurrencies that we've been tracking are kind of hitting low points right now. We've been tracking some massive bull flag formations on most all the cryptocurrencies over the past couple of months here. You can see the size of XRPs, which started back in November of 2023, and you can see how massive this is, to be honest with you. And while we fill this in, decisions are going to have to be made. Unfortunately, we did see prices dip a bit lower as of a couple of days ago here. However, I'm a strong believer that this is not over. Even though we're starting to peak below this downtrend right here, this support level, we are becoming oversold. And when we jump to the weekly charts here, you'll also be able to see that we're still beautifully inside of our lower high bull flag formation here. I don't know why the relative strength indicator just completely disappeared on us. Very peculiar. Yeah, but you can see right here, we're back at 42. We're still inside this bull flag formation here, and I'm a strong believer we will be breaking out of it very shortly here. And I want to explain a little bit more as to why I believe that. Now, to start things off, the first and foremost, the way cryptocurrency has been moving and why I believe we're going to be seeing some bullish returns as of this year. As you guys know, we did talk about the halving, and typically a year after the halving, I'd say 8 to 12 months after the halving, we usually see some pretty incredible all-time highs within Bitcoin here. But why we're seeing some bearish market movements today, some bearish market sentiments today within crypto, is historically this month, January, is a bearish month for cryptocurrency as a whole. You can see here, this is a chart from 2013 to literally 2024, which obviously is still panning out right now. But you can see this chart's, I believe, 12. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 12 months right here. And out of the 12 months, we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 12 months are in green. The other, I believe, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 7 months is bearish here. So you can see the average return is 2.8%, and the median is negative 2% here. So historically speaking, out of the past 12 years, over a decade, January has been a bearish month for cryptocurrency and a bearish month for Bitcoin. Now, things do decide to pick up after this month, which is very exciting, and why I believe we're going to tie this all in with the rest of the markets here. We have February, we have March, and we have April, which are historically bullish months here, where you can see the average return is 13%, although March is a bit iffy here, but 13% overall for February out of the, 11 years here. We have only 2 bearish, so we should be recovering next month into February here, which is why I believe we are at good prices right now. 60% in 2013, 2015 was 18, and you can see we just have a lot of momentum, bullish momentum here overall, and then that'll continue to carry us on into the markets here. So it's just an interesting chart that I want to go over and look at here. So moving forward from that, another reason why, historically speaking, I believe these markets are going to be swinging up is not only the halving ties in, but we're also kind of experiencing some very positive lights in the S&P 500. We're having a very positive experience right now as January starts to continue on. Some people are still skeptical of a possible correction here. However, we've already experienced that just no more than 2 years ago here. So the likelihood that we see it again and then again and again is just, it just doesn't, the likelihood is just not there. I mean, obviously there is still opportunity or possibilities that it could happen, but the likelihood historically and statistically speaking just doesn't seem like it's going to happen again. But I'm also tying in these smaller cryptocurrencies too. So besides XRP that we're waiting for to hit a bottom and reverse out of this, then eventually hitting the top and breaking out, which we'll be buying in once we break through this top resistance here, you can see we are in a bull flag. This is a massive bull flag, and we are continuing to scale higher. Unfortunately, we did dip lower here. It's not something we expected to see happen, but it does pull us down to support. And the last time we broke through this blue support level right here, we had an immediate reversal right after that. And because we're now literally entering oversold, the likelihood that we see the same thing happen is increasing the odds. I'd say we're 70% bullish right now after falling a bit lower here to seeing a reversal to the upside. Now, obviously, I do plan on taking advantage of these trades on BidFi, which is the #1 cryptocurrency leveraging exchange that I like to use here on the channel. It not only can you trade XRP, you have Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin, tons of cryptocurrencies to leverage trade on BidFi. The best part is they're offering a $500 USDT sign-up bonus for those that want to sign up for free. Down in the description below, you can get $100 in free crypto by signing up. And then I'm doing KYC, 200 USDT for depositing, 200 for trading, and it's that simple. You can earn up to and over $500, which is really cool just by completing simple tasks. My favorite part about the exchange is they also have a way to earn over 2,000 by completing simple task rewards right here. They have multiple browsers here by clicking welcome. And my favorite part is the fact that they have a demo account, which allows you to test your skills completely free by using $50,000 in Monopoly money to get familiar with the exchange, trade around, see if you have what it takes, and then you can switch over to the live trading account, which is absolutely awesome. So make sure to check that out down in the description below. Now, I really want to talk about the S&P, but I know a lot of you guys want to look at these other cryptocurrencies too. Now, the other reasons why I believe we're going to be seeing some bullish momentum very soon as we start to move into February, as there's only about 5 to 6 days left in this market cycle for this month, and then we'll see February open up. But we're pretty much oversold on most all the cryptocurrencies within bullish technical indicators here. XRP is still within its massive ascending fractal here. We've broken below it in the past. It's no surprise that we're doing it again. So the fact is, there's a good chance we will kind of consolidate out of this here. There's still chance and there's still hope for a break to the upside here, which is very exciting. Same thing applies itself with Solana, which had a massive reversal nonetheless. You can see Solana we've been tracking for a very long time here within a beautiful uptrend here. You can see as prices have been using this as a means of support for quite some time. We got sandwiched from the 7th of December all the way to the 20th here, almost 3 weeks of this sideways consolidation. Finally broke through the top, popped the lid off and exploded to the upside here, hit another major resistance and have been forming a lower high bull flag formation ever since. Now here's where things get interesting. We retested just 3 days ago the bottom support, which you can see held extremely well with a reversal doji candle as we're starting to reverse upwards here. As you guys know, as I've said before, Solana to me looks extremely bullish. We've consolidated back down from being extremely overbought at 85 on the RSI down to 43 on the RSI, which screams consolidation has pretty much taken place and that we're ready now for more movement to the upside or more momentum to the upside here, which could very easily happen after we break through this price ceiling here. So as you can see, we've rejected this price floor here, beautifully consolidated off of it, came back up to retest top resistance here, and we're continuously trying to break through that. So what we're looking for is for the price ceiling to be broken. We close above this resistance on the daily chart, and I would almost immediately expect to see a very solid and massive bull flag formation breakout to come here. This is statistically and textbook proven to have breakouts to the upside. So there's a lot riding on the fact that we should be breaking outwards and breaking upwards here. Yes, we've been consolidating, but the longer this takes place, the bigger this rally will be. So I'm very excited to see that. And we still look bullish on Solana as well. And it carries itself through with a lot of these other cryptocurrencies. Ethereum retesting bottom support here. Good chance we'll see a reversal and we'll climb back up above support here. There's a very big chance of that. Same thing with Bitcoin. Rejecting its ascending, broadening wedge here, but we came back down to support. Good chance we can reverse off that as well. So I'm excited to see where this takes us. And last but not least, the S&P 500, which is continuously creating newer highs. As of yesterday, we created another all-time high, which is absolutely nuts. We've been consistently doing that. The line in yellow represents the previous all-time highs, which we haven't hit in 2 years. And you can see right now that we're starting to branch above it, which is very exciting. The past couple of days, we've been heading higher and higher and higher. And that's what we have to talk about now. With the S&P 500 hitting its highest price ever Friday, emerging from a painful 2-year period for many investors, overlapping with the starkest rise in interest rates in more than 40 years. The S&P topped out at 4,800 Friday afternoon, which is insane, leading Friday's 1.2% gain. Now, what we need to talk about is why this is so important and how this answers the question that originally was brought up earlier today on yesterday's video. As you guys can see here, the S&P index finished at an all-time high for the first time in 2 years on Friday, marking a crucial milestone in the resurgence of the U.S. stock market. It's been a dizzying stretch for equities, triggering by falling inflation and possibilities that the Federal Reserve will cut interest rates this year. Over the past 2 years, investors have faced the largest ground war in Europe since World War II, the fastest inflation since 1980, and the highest borrowing costs since the turn of the millennium. A trio of forces that pushed the American equities benchmark into a bear market in June of 2022. Yet stocks defied fears of recession to soar in 2023 and have continued to climb, albeit at a more modest pace in early 2024. However, the S&P 500 set new intraday closing the highest point that we've ever seen, which is where things get a bit more interesting as we move forward. History sides with further gains ahead. This is what's important. The S&P went 512 trading days without a record through Thursday, which ranks as the 6th longest streak since 1928. However, 1 year after hitting new highs, the index has risen 13 out of 14 times by a median of 13% in that span. So you can see this chart here. Historically, first new high after 1 year bullish going forward here. So each time we hit a new high, you can see moving forward here 252 days later after hitting the high. You can see 21 days later, 63 days later, 126, 252. You can see 41%, 14, 11, 13, 4.9, 5, 7, 14, 7, 3, or 5, 36, 18, 13 and a half negative. There's only one negative here, but historically it's showing that the median is a 13.4% rally. So 1 year, which is equivalent, not 365 days, but 252 trading days, shows that after 1 year, we historically see a 13% gain, 13 to 15% gain 1 year since hitting that all-time high. And now the fact that we hit that previous all-time high means you can start the clock. So literally from this year till January, maybe mid-January of 2025, we should see a 13 to 15% return on average, which is very exciting for us. And that means you'd be missing out on 13% or 15%. You invest $100,000 today, you'd make $15,000 this year. And if you don't invest 100,000, then next year in January, you'd have lost 15,000. So it's pretty nuts when you think about it here. But that's why I'm pretty bullish historically on these markets. The fact that we hit a new high on the S&P and the fact that a lot of these cryptocurrencies have bullish momentum with the halving and the election all coming into this year means this year and next year are going to be some pretty insane and incredible things to come. So I'm excited. But with that being said, make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.